John, not the result that anybody will have wanted tonight, but how do you sum up what went wrong out there tonight?
It's difficult. It's another game where little things go against us. I thought on the main in the last few games we've obviously been right in it till the death against Southampton, against Millwall. Tonight we conceded early, but the second half I thought we gave ourselves every chance to try and get back in the game by going slightly more direct than we have done. But it's just little moments in the game that are costing us at the moment, and we're not creating enough of those little moments, and we're not preventing enough of those little moments as well. And you have that sort of mixture, it's very difficult to get anything from a game.
Do you feel like it's a time where the characters and the senior players like yourself in the dressing room need to step up and make sure that everyone's on the same page?
No, I think it's a time for everybody to step up. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, how old you are, how long you've been here. Everybody needs to step up. We're in a situation where we've got 9 games left. There's literally 27 points to play for, and we need to fight for every single point. So we need players who are going to fight for every single point. We need a style that is going to be effective towards what our best team is. And like I say, it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, how experienced, how many games you've played. If you've got to dig someone out, if you've got to pull someone up because they're not doing the job, then you've got to do it. There's no hierarchy when you're in this position. It's every man together, fighting, scrapping, gritting the teeth and making sure we come through the other side, because this club is too big to be in this position. And in all fairness, our squad on paper is too good to be in this position. But if we haven't got the performance levels that were required, and more importantly, the fight and the heart to get ourselves out of it, then we won't.
On the goal, there's nothing much you could have done about it yourself, but is the team disappointed with how much space you've allowed him to get the shot off in that situation?
Yeah, and I think, obviously we lose the ball in midfield, but there's enough bodies behind the ball to still prevent, like you said, the amount of space that he's got. Yes, it's a good strike, but again, like I said before, those are those little moments in the game that we don't seem to be getting, and they're going against us, and other teams are capitalising on those little moments.
Of course, it wasn't a game full of chances, but how frustrating was it to not create something clear-cut yourselves?
Well, that's 2 games in a row now. Obviously, we scored 3 against Southampton, but Millwall and tonight, I don't feel like we've tested their keeper anywhere near enough. Again, we got into some half-decent areas, and the final quality on the ball or the decision-making isn't quite there at the moment. And like I said, when you're in this situation, that gets highlighted even more. So look, we'll keep trying to work on it. We'll keep trying to do the right things, and ultimately we'll try and come up with a solution that will keep us in this division.
I feel like it's clearly not for the lack of trying. I mean, you can see how much it means to this group, especially at full time. It seems that everyone had their hands on their heads.
I mean, of course it does. Ultimately we're professionals. We're in a situation where you've got a lot of players out of contract, a lot of players, lone players who are going to leave. But it means as much to those players as it does to the players who are going to be here for 1, 2, 3 years. And it has to. We're in it together. And nobody from a professional standpoint wants a relegation with Birmingham City on their CV. And only we can change that. And only we can put the work in every day to make sure that we prevent that happening.
Like you say, there are 9 huge games left. Is it going to need a mammoth effort in each and every one of those?
It's going to need everybody to empty the tank in every single game. And we've got some big games coming up starting Saturday. Watford have obviously just had a change of manager, so they're going to be slightly different. But we need players to go out there and spill their blood, sweat and tears for 90 minutes in 9 more games. And if we can do that, then I believe we've got enough about us in terms of quality to get results at the right places and at the right times.
John, thank you very much.
Thank you.